So in this question, it is given that you are having a steady incompressible flow over a flat plate. Okay, density is given to you, and due to the flow on a flat plate over here, you are having a boundary layer formation. The variation of x coordinate of velocity with respect to y coordinate is given to you as follow. Because of the virtue of the boundary layer, we'll be studying it into the future lectures itself. Velocity is given to you as 30 meter per second. Okay, then boundary layer depth is given to you as 5 millimeter. The velocity variation is given to you. You have to find the mass flow rate across B and C itself. Now, as you know that this is the formula of mass flow rate. Okay, and you know that for a mass conserved system, it is equal to 0. Rate of change of mass is equal to 0. Now I'm considering this particular control volume over here, A, B, C, D. Now this is a 2D control volume. You can make it also in the 3D form as follow. Okay, so it will be A, B. Let us name this as P, and let us drop down this as follow, and let us name this as Q. So this phase A, B, P, Q is one phase, is the entry phase. Okay, and this is the exit phase, as you can see over here. C, R, F, D is the exit phase. Okay, so I can say that mass flow rate across the entry, which is A, B, P, Q, plus mass flow rate across the desired B, C, R, P, B, C, R, P, plus mass flow rate across C, D, F, R, plus mass flow rate across A, D, F, Q. All should be equal to 0, mass conservation. Now what you will be going to do is, I know that mass flow rate across this AD solid boundary is 0. Okay, because it is a solid boundary. No mass can be exchanged in between them. Okay, so we are left with these three bad guys over here. So mass flow rate BC will be equal to mass flow rate across AB plus mass flow rate across CD, and a whole negative over here, because everything is equal to the 0 itself. We are left with these two guys over here. Now, in order to find the mass flow rate, we know that because the flow is incompressible and steady itself, so we can have this thing equal to 0. So we are left with this flux equation over here. So mass flow rate is equal to this flux equation over here. So mass flow rate across this AB will be equal to, let us assume a very small area over here of length dy and depth w at a distance y from the coordinate system itself. Let us say that this is our 0 0 coordinate system. So mass flow rate will be rho. Now velocity is coming inside, your area vector is outside, the angle is 180 degree. So v dot a, this v dot a, the dot product will be negative over here. So negative of u into dy. Fine with that? So this is the area. Area is dy into w. Okay, I forgot to write w over here. So this is the mass flow rate across this AB. So it will be equal to rho minus u dy into w, and if you are integrating with respect to y, then you are integrating from a to b over here, which is nothing but the delta itself, the height of the boundary layer itself. So delta. Fine with that? So now just you have to put the values over here. Everything is given to you. Density is given to you, u is given to you, w is given to you, delta is given to you. Okay, you have to put the values over here. I'm not going to put the values over here. You can do it by yourself itself. Okay, now let us find the rate of change of mass at CD itself. Now at CD, you know that you are having a velocity variation over there. Again, you have to consider a very small elemental length over here at a distance y from the coordinate system itself. Then you are going to calculate for the mass flux itself. So it will be rho v dot dA. Now here, as you can see, velocity is varying across the y-axis. dA will be equal to dy into w itself, because there is a depth of the plate given to you. Okay, so now you are integrating from y equal to 0 to y equal to delta itself. Okay, you need to integrate this. You are given with the expression of u by delta as 2u by delta minus u by delta whole square. I think this is the correct expression given to me. Oh, there is y. Okay, so y by delta. Okay, now in order to get the answer, you have to just integrate it. So I am writing the formula over here only. Y by delta minus y by delta whole square. I think that you know how to integrate all these values over here. So 0 to y, I am doing the integration. So you can substitute it. Okay, let's say y by delta is some parameter name as t. So dy will be equal to delta dt, where delta is the boundary layer depth itself. Okay, so this integral will reduce to 0 to 1 to t minus t square w delta dt. Now you have to integrate this. So this is mass flow rate across, what you say, mass flow rate across CD. Now here, as you can see, mass flow rate across CD, the velocity is in the direction of the contact, the normal vector itself. So angle is 0 degree. Okay, so if angle is 0 degree, then I can have a positive 1 over here. Cos 0 is positive 1. So as you can see, the mass flow rate will be positive itself. The mass flux will be positive itself. Okay, because here, as you can see, velocity is in this direction, normal is in this direction. So cos 0 degree is 1. Okay, the angle in between velocity and normal is 0. That you have to consider regarding the flux. Now you have calculated this guy over here, you have calculated this guy over here, you have to put it over here and get your answer. Empirically you have to calculate it over here. Okay, I have given you the necessary integration. You guys can comment down the previous solution in the comment section, what the numeric value you are getting, and I will revert to your answer whether your numeric value is coming out to be correct or not. Okay, now in this question, as you can see, that there is an oil flowing down the plane itself, which is at an angle theta, velocity variation is given to you. You need to find the mass flow rate per unit width. Fine with that? So pretty much easy. So you know that if you are assuming that your flow is steady and incompressible, steady and incompressible, then dow by dow t term will be cancelled. You're left with the only term, which is the flux term itself, that is this bad boy over here. Okay, rho v dA. Now you need to find the mass flow rate per unit width. Now I'm considering this as my origin and this as my plane AB, this as my plane. So again, this ABCA, sorry, ABCD, ABCD is the plane across which my oil is flowing. I'm considering this particular plane over here. Okay, now flow is coming outside to the plane of paper. Okay, now I need to calculate that mass flow rate. So mass flow rate will be equal to rho v dot dA. Now if you see over here, velocity is going inside and your area vector is outside itself, then you can say that it is negative mass flow rate. So that doesn't even matter over here. Okay, because you need to only find the mass flow rate per unit width. Width will be a scalar quantity itself. Okay, here sign only means that in your control volume, if it is coming or if it is going outside. Okay, if it is coming, it is negative, mass flow rate is coming out to be negative, because as you know that if something is coming inside your control volume system, then velocity and your area vector are making an 180-degree angle over here. If something is going outside from your control volume, then they are making 0-degree angle with each other. Okay, the contact normal and the velocity vector. Okay, so here with respect to our plane, as we can see that velocity is coming inside to that of our plane over here, so it will be rho v dA. Okay, the angle in between the contact normal and the velocity vector will be 180-degree. Okay, or the area vector and the velocity vector will be 180-degree. That doesn't even matter over here, because we need to find this m dot over here. So I'm taking a modulus over here because I need to find that scalar quantity mass flow rate per unit width. So that will be rho v dA. Now again we are going to do the same drill, that from the origin itself, from this 0 0 itself, I'm considering a very small area strip over here of length dy at y distance upward from my origin itself. Okay, the width is given to you as w itself, so it will be rho, whatsoever velocity variation is given to you, you have to account it for here. Then area will be dy into w. Fine with that? And you have to integrate it for the whole height. So I'm going from this 0 0 to a height, specific height h over here. Okay, so 0 to h. Okay, so we are getting rho vy dy w. So my mass flow rate is coming out to be rho v, which is a function of y, and then w dy, w dy, integrating for the whole length 0 to h. Now I can take w as an denominator over here. So rho vy dy 0 to h, you can just put your vy over here, which is rho g sine theta mu. Okay, so it is rho g sine theta upon mu hy minus y square by 2. hy minus y square by 2 dy. Then you are integrating from 0 to h. That is the quantity which you want to calculate over here. So this is the necessary equation I'm getting over here. Now what you can do over here is just you have to integrate it with respect to y. You can just do it pretty much fast. Okay, and please write down the solution in the comment section also what you are getting. So this is the expression of mass flow rate per unit width I'm getting. Okay, fine with that. Hope you have understand the mathematics of the following question over here. I hope that I'm not going too fast over here. So because we are all having a time crunch, I need to do as fast as I can. I need to solve as fast as I can. I need to pour all my information in the minimum time as possible as I can. Okay, so in this question, you are given with a pipe. You are having an entry velocity of the water as 5 meter per second. And as you can see that at the exit, there is a variation of the velocity. Okay, which is as follow. You need to find this maximum velocity over here. The maximum center line velocity over here. The variation is given to you at the exit itself. So what we can do is instead of what we can do over here is we can just write the mass flow conservation of mass equation over here. Okay, so according to the conservation of mass, we know that mass flow across any control volume should be equal to 0. The rate of mass flow rate across any control volume is 0. So I'm considering this as my control volume a b c d as my control volume. So I know that I can write it as follow: mass flow rate across ab plus mass flow rate across bc plus mass flow rate across CD plus mass flow rate across AD should be equal to 0. So as you can see over here, BC and AD are the solid boundary. So mass flow rate will be 0 across them. We are left with AB and CD guys over here. So if I account for the mass flow rate across AB, because I'm considering that my flow is steady and incompressible itself, so dow by dow t term is coming out to be 0 itself. We are left with the flux term itself. Okay, so that will be equal to rho V dot dA itself. Okay, now here as you can see the velocity is pretty much constant over here. So instead of taking a small elemental dy length over here, I can take the whole area of the cross section itself over here. Okay, fine with that. So as you can see, I can write it as follow: rho v dot dA. Now there is a dot product over here. As you can see, velocity is coming inside, area vector is outside, so there is an angle of 180 degree over here. So v dot dA will be equal to minus of v dot dA. It will be v dA cos 180 degree, because this is a dot product, you know that. Okay, so it will be rho v dA minus 1. So it will be minus of rho v integration of dA. Now because the velocity is pretty much constant over here, I can just write it a over here. Okay, plus mass flow rate CD should be equal to 0. Now if we talk about mass flow rate across CD, you should be considering a very small elemental length itself. Okay, now it depends upon your coordinate system. Okay, as you can see in the problem itself, the coordinate system are taken from the center line itself, the axial line of your pipe system itself, as you can see over here. Okay, so regarding the mass flow rate across CD, if I write, it will be as follow, that it will be rho and v dot dA. As you can see over here, that velocity and area normal both are in same direction. So angle is 0 degree. So v dot dA will be equal to VDA itself. VDA. Now here velocity is varying. So I can write it as follow: velocity is a variation of y-axis over here into dA. Fine with that. Now here as you can see that I have taken velocity variation with respect to this 0 0, which is at the axial line itself. Okay, so it is at the axial line at the middle of your pipe itself. 0 0, you are taking it from here. So I'm taking it from here, so I'm considering a very small elemental dy from here itself at this particular phase of the control volume. Okay, so this is my dy itself, and this is the width of the control volume. So dA will be equal to dy into whatsoever width of the pipe is given to you. Fine with that. So velocity variation is given to you. Now regarding the limit, as you can see, I'm taking from the center line. So because the height is given to me as h, so I'm varying from minus h by 2 to plus h by 2 over here. I think the height is given to us h. So it is 1 minus y by h. Okay, so it is given to us as 2h over here. So height is given to us 2h. So I'm varying from minus h to plus h, because as you can see, I'm varying from plus y to minus y over here. Coordinate system is at axial center line itself. So I'm varying from minus h to plus h. Fine with that? Basic mathematics. Okay, because my coordinate system, I'm again repeating myself, because my coordinate system is at the axial line itself. It is in the symmetry of y axis itself. Okay. So this is the limits. Now just you have to put the value of Vy over here, which is equal to U max 1 minus Y by H, U max 1 minus Y by H the whole square. Okay, that's it. Into width into dy. Okay, so that's the mass flow rate across CD. Then you have to integrate it from minus h to h over here. Now matter of fact is that this w over here will be getting cancelled. Okay, so as you can see, if I write it over here, rho v area for the first one will be equal to 2h into the depth w plus, what's the answer coming here, minus h to h minus h to h rho u max 1 minus y by h का whole square w dy. W dy should be equal to 0. So w will be cut. W will be out of the equation. You need to find the u max value over here. Now what you can do to integrate this is you can just have y by h as eta. Okay, if you will be having y by h as eta, this will become eta itself. Instead of y over here, dy over here, you will be having d eta, and there will be a h over here. So you will be going from minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, in the matter of the limit. Sorry for the delay. Minus 1 to plus 1. So this is the substitution you'll be having. Okay, so you'll be getting a constant value over here. Now if you solve this particular value, you'll be getting your u 3 by 2 as your u max. This will be the value you'll be getting after the solution itself. Now I hope that you know how to integrate these kind of integrals very easily. You can do them. Okay, so that's the solution. Now you guys can comment in the comment section that what's your suggestion about the lecture itself. Okay, so if you guys need, then I will be solving some more questions online over here, and if you guys need some kind of assignment also, then I can give you some kind of assignment on this particular conservation of mass itself. You just have to comment it down and I will be uploading the whole assignment over there. Either it can be a, what you say, online assignment, or it can be a offline assignment also. Okay, in the form of PDF, whatsoever you want, you just comment in the comment section that sir, we want this kind of assignment, we want a online assignment, we want kind of offline assignment. Okay, so I hope you love the lecture, like the lecture. So we'll meet you in the next lecture. Until then, goodbye, thank you.